Good morning. It's Friday, the 28th of March, 2025. Time is 10 past tomorrow, and it's time to talk about the fact that we've entered an era where AI-generated content is cheap and indistinguishable from human-generated content. And this isn't because people have stopped thinking, but it's because AI can actually now mimic human thought so well. So you will have noticed, as I have, that increasingly more and more of what we're scrolling past online isn't wrong or badly written as such, but it's just empty and weightless content. At best, it feels kind of sanitized and shapeless, but at worst, it's kind of devoid of any context and any soul. And this isn't actually a critique of AI itself. It's more just a recognition of what is happening because the desire to produce at scale is now outpacing the desire to produce discerning content. So the way I phrase this is that when content becomes a commodity, context and quality become the sacrifices. So in response to the kind of tidal waves of low quality AI content coming our way, I'm actually changing the way I publish my own content, my own newsletter. So I'm stepping out from behind the safety of polished, crafted paragraphs and into this short-term video. So my newsletter, my blogs will be just me talking directly to camera like this every week. And yes, I'll write notes to help me structure my thoughts, but I'm going to try and deliver those thoughts in one continuous edit. No chopping, no post edits, because I want these videos to have kind of the texture and the feeling of someone thinking aloud in real time. Because I think in a world where content volume is infinite now, I've become convinced that humanness and connection will become the differentiator. And that's a differentiator for individuals, for artists, for creators, and yes, for businesses as well. So I was already leaning towards the shift towards video format for the past kind of 6 to 12 months, but recently I read 2 incredible essays and 1 fantastic research paper that kind of tipped me over the edge to make this move. So first, I read this academic paper which was about why we need a better way to think about how AI is changing the world around us, not just from a technical aspect, but kind of socially, economically, and culturally. The second thing I read kind of back to back with that was an essay about the effects of AI content saturation, how it's affecting the web, but more importantly, how it's affecting us as humans. And the third piece I read recently related to this topic was this brilliant reflection. It was a magazine essay about live performance and live presence and how live experiences will become these premium experiences valued by humans in the AI era, right? So I'll link actually to all 3 of those pieces of writing below this video if you want to check them out yourself. But each of those thought pieces in its own way kind of reframed how I think about what will still matter most in the AI era, which is scenarios where there is no doubt that you are experiencing humanness, right? So as a contrast to like low quality mass-produced AI content, I'm convinced now that live performances, interviews, concerts, situations where you hear unvarnished and non-polished thoughts and creativity from a human, I think these are the things that will become of increasingly high value to humans over the coming years from now on. So to understand what's coming next, maybe let's just zoom out a little bit first. And this is kind of a summary of the research paper that I read. AI it's not just a tool or even a collection of tools, it's becoming infrastructure, and which is to say, it's almost, yes, it's front and center for us, and in a way it's disappearing, right? Because AI is not happening in a vacuum. it's becoming layered, and increasingly, yes, you have tools like ChatGPT where you use them overtly, but it's also becoming increasingly like directly embedded into how we create and distribute and consume information, right? So because of that, speed and scale is cheap now, but meaning is becoming expensive. Taking the time to create meaning and to create connection is expensive. Because now everyone has the same capabilities to generate content at scale, the strategic question that I see is now, what can't be faked, right? What still feels like it came from a real person who knows what they're talking about that we can connect to? What are the kind of experiences where someone's face is visible, where you can sense their energy and you can feel the thoughts forming as they speak, right? I want my content to feel like that. I want it to feel like we're having a real-time conversation, because that's something that AI can't mimic. So I thought my blog can be a good canary down the mine for these themes that I'm talking about. So in a nutshell, I'm moving to video as a format because it's harder to fake. If I can share an idea that's clearly like off the cuff in one take, that hopefully builds trust with you, with my audience, right? It shows that I actually know what I'm talking about, and it invites people to engage and to respond. So moving forward, if you read the essay from the Springback magazine, which I'll also link you to below this video, there's a beautiful quote in there about live performance, where it says that in live art and live performance, there's this, they use the words tension and risk, that things could go wrong. And it's that risk that makes live experience so valuable and so engaging. So when I read that, it made me think that that's actually where we need to shift the content and the image of our businesses towards too, right? So that we're presenting ourselves and our businesses not as flawless, because AI can and increasingly is flawless, right? But our businesses and the people who make up our businesses, we're alive and we're unpredictable. And so if we produce content as a mirror of that, it reflects the way real people actually think and speak when they're not scripting every word. So AI is incredible at promoting facts and frameworks, can link them all together into beautiful essays at the click of a fingers now, but we humans still specialize in felt presence, right? So when people see your face, and when I say your, I mean your business, when they hear your voice, when they sense your energy, they can make faster and deeper decisions about whether they trust you and whether they believe you and whether you and your business are someone that's worth engaging with, right? So to sum up, here's what you can expect from my weekly newsletter going forward. One short video like this every week. I'll speak about the same topics that I've always written about. I'll try and present in the same style. I always try and write in my speaking style anyway. I'm going to present the same thoughts, the same themes, the same opinions about AI. I'm just using a different format. This isn't a marketing play. Well, it kind of is, but it's more about me walking my own talk, because day in, day out, when I'm working with my clients and when I'm speaking in public, I'm advising others to evolve with what AI is presenting us and what it's challenging us, how it's challenging us to respond. So I need to listen to my own advice, right? I need to evolve. I need to respond to AI too. So if you're a business leader, I'd encourage you and your business to also start thinking about the trade-off between AI's incredible ability to produce content at scale, and in contrast, what experiences will humans begin to value and prioritize more and more in the AI era. The bet I'm making is on less polished but more authentic. I would love to hear either in the comments to this blog or find me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear if this resonates with you.